son, he gon' be an employer. Some bosses, so you can't ignore us. Used to this. All this money a blessing. I might fuck around and bless you. Don't worry about the hard times, you know it's a test. I can get used to this. I put this money in orbit. Bubble the code out the audit. Walking and looking important. What's good, my Vetway family? So we have our EZ4 Kaufman loaded, fully loaded for the first time. And here's what we have on it. 2016 Ford F-150, 2018 Audi Q5, I believe, a 15 Nissan Sentra, and a 16 Ford Fusion. All four of these vehicles picked up in Nashville on today and will be delivered first thing in the morning. Load was planned to be delivered today, with two of these cars picked up from Copart. So that statement alone speaks for itself as to why this load isn't being delivered today. No worries with my customers. We have very good communication within each other, and they already know what's going on. So yeah, the reason I put the Ford Fusion in that spot and the F-150 in that spot is because, and actually it works out perfectly in the way the load is leveled and balanced based on the type of trailer that I have. But the reason that I placed them right there is because, for one, that number 4 spot is the largest spot on my trailer. And I will always place my heavy vehicles in the rear of the trailer, 1 for clearance, 2 for length. I could put something longer up top, but I worry too much about height when I get to putting larger vehicles up top, let alone length as well. So Copart loads with forklifts, so it was easier for the forklift to load in this position and on that rear position. So that's why they are placed there. And the Audi picked up first, so I loaded it on the ramp and just let it up after I got the Sentra, and then the 2 came from Copart together, the truck and the Fusion. Pros and cons on this trailer. I'm a little used to just being able to use over the tie straps all the way around on my vehicles. Makes it easier. But on this trailer specifically, it's not that easy. So one of the cons is that it does have the steel grate flooring, and which is great, but when I get a larger vehicle in the back, the steel grate has a metal plate under it. I'm assuming it's so debris cannot come up and damage the vehicle, almost like a mud flap on the top, if you would. But there's no hose for the over the tie straps. What I could do is just like drill some holes like in between here. That's an idea I just came up with, but in return that would allow debris to fly up from my tires and potentially damage one of my vehicles. So I do have to use lasso straps most of the time in this position. Well, I will have to use lasso straps in this position if I'm loading a larger vehicle and it's over these, I guess, mud flaps, if you want to call them, or fender wells. Yeah, so when I load something smaller, like maybe if I had 2 Nissan Sentras, I can use over the tie straps because the tire is on the part of the grate where I can get the hooks through. Can't get the hooks through on this side. So, but because really I don't like using the over tie straps, because no, not the over the tie, the lasso straps, because they have the tendency to move sometimes. I don't know why. You can properly place them all you want, but they do have the tendency to move sometimes. These right here stayed in position. I have them just on the front of this truck. They stayed in position because I have over the tie straps on the rear. So this truck pretty much has zero movement going up and down the road other than the bounce. I have a little overhang, probably about 4 feet. I should have had me a flag on there, but hey, thanks to the man upstairs, we didn't see a single DOT officer our whole entire trip home today, so that was great. This one stayed in place pretty good. Same thing over here. I may have been able to get an over tie strap over here because the vehicle is not completely centered. But if it was completely centered, there's no way I can get an over the tie strap over both of these front wheels. I could have maybe moved this vehicle up, the Sentra. I have a lot more room up here, but the problem comes in up top. I like to keep about a fist. I think the rule of thumb is about a fist worth of width in between the top of the vehicle and that rail, and that's just about a fist for me. But I probably could have still got maybe another foot out of that and then took some of that overhang out, but that's pretty good. It is what it is. Pretty smooth ride home. Another con, well, pro and con about this EZ4 trailer is that the axles are moved a lot more forward, a lot more center of the trailer versus the 3-car wedge that I normally run. The axles sit pretty far back on the wedge, which leaves not a lot of tail end. But on this trailer specifically, the axles are moved a little bit more forward, and which causes a lot of tail swing when it comes to turns. Now, that's a con. A pro to the axles being moved forward is the fact that the trailer trails the truck a whole lot easier. I can make tighter turns without the worry of, my tail swing, but I can make tighter turns and get into smaller places. We'll turn around in smaller places if need be, because of the position of these axles on this trailer. Truck pulled it like a dream, of course, no issues. Does burn a little bit more gas because obviously the trailer is heavier because it has more metal, more steel, and also I'm carrying more vehicles. So I can tell the difference of that extra vehicle and also the additional weight of the trailer opposed to my 3-car wedge that I was running, but nothing that would kill the truck or nothing that makes me feel like the truck is overworking itself. So we do have over the tie straps over the Ford Fusion all the way around because of that right there. It's very hard to get an over the tie strap in there unless you position it before you put the car right there, and that's finicky work right there, and I don't want to do that. But these over the tie straps are pretty good. These are the silver Vulcan lasso straps. I keep calling them over the tie, but lasso straps, and I got them with the hook on the side. That way it hooks over the side of the trailer opposed to just a regular swivel J hook. But hey, I'm liking this trailer so far. I can't wait to get my tractor on the road. It's not quite ready yet. I sent it off to an RV place to get the brake controller installed, and they determined that I needed some additional parts aside from the electric brake controller. Something called a jackalope. I guess just mimics electric brakes in a vehicle. I don't know, something the guy was explaining to me. I see if I can get some footage of me talking to him when I go back up there to pick it up, see if he can explain it to me a little bit better about what exactly the jackalope is and what it does. Maybe I can look it up and see. But anyways, yep, we are out here still fully loaded, and that's the plan. We have a new minimum, so we're gonna keep running it up, keep doing it the way we've been doing it, and I see you on the flip side. Let's get it.